The Judge Judy TV show Judge changed how courtroom TV shows worked. After 25 years of being the best at courtroom shows, Judge Judy herself disappeared. But Judge Judy didn't stop working. She started over and started something totally new. She's now, and what she has built will surprise her mind. In February 1993, Judy Sheindlin, who would later become the famous Judge Judy, saw something. She had an idea that what she saw would change her life in a way she could never have guessed. In 1965, Judy passed the New York State test to become a lawyer. Right away, she went into the business world and worked as a company lawyer for a makeup company. But there was a problem. After 2 years, she knew the job didn't make her feel good about her work. So she quit and decided to focus all her time in her kids, Jaime and Adam. Then, in 1972, she decided it was time for her to work again. But she wanted something that would make her happy and not make her mad. She heard about a job as a lawyer who fights crime in the New York family court system from a friend and decided to try for it. Judy was thought to be amazing and got hired. Judy soon became famous and her tough way of doing things made New York Mayor Ed Koh choose her as a criminal court judge in 1982. By 1986, she got moved up to head judge in the family court's Manhattan area. Her way of making decisions was called tugend, sometimes mean, but Judy would always say no to that. But it was that style that made her famous. And that fame made Heidi Getlin tell her husband Josh to write about her. Josh Woward with the Los Angeles Times wrote a story about Judy and said, "She was a woman who wanted to make the court system work for everyone's good." That story did Judy a lot of good because it helped her get known to CB.K. Switzer and Sandy Spreeman worked for Rebel Entertainment, a talent company that helps stars. They brought Judy to CBS, and CBS put her in a part in CBS's 60 Minutes. The people watching loved her on the show, and Judy right away became famous across the whole country. Seeing how popular she had become, Judy decided to make money from it. So, she wrote a book, Don't Pee on My Leg and Tell Me It's Raining, in 1996. After that, Judy stopped being a family court judge after hearing more than 20,000 cases. What people didn't know was there was Arias and Judy quit her job. Tom Seba says, 60 Minutes made the people watching want more. Rebel Entertainment and their workers had thought up a show idea like a People's Court and told it to CBS. They loved the idea, and so Judy was chosen to be the judge of the court show that would be named after her. She said yes, but she wasn't feeling good about the show. She didn't work well with her security guard. She wanted someone else. But who? Judy remembered someone, and she picked up her phone. In 1995, Hawkins Bird read a news story about Judy's book, and hello did. So, he wrote a letter to Heron, told her that if she needed a security guard, he was ready to put his uniform back on for her. When his phone rang, he knew what his answer was going to be before she'd even finished talking. Just like that, Judge Judy was born, and he changed court shows on TV. Judy's teamwork with Bird was huge. He was the serious security guard who didn't get emotional about the cases. He kept things calm when people in court wanted to come fighting mad, and was a steady person that the people watching fell in love with. Fans were always excited to hear him say order all rise as each case was about to start. With that kind after work, Judge Judy wasn't just the most popular court show. It was one of the most popular TV shows ever. It's too bad how things ended up between Bird and Judy, but we'll get to that later. Judge Judy always got 9 to 10 million people watching every day. It even beat the ratings off the Oprah Winfrey Show different times, too. At some point, the show was the highest-rated show in all of daytime TV. How did it become the most popular show? We will get to that soon. The show's popularity kept getting bigger. And it got to a point that Americans trusted Judge Judy more than they did all the judges off the United States Supreme Court. But the people watching didn't just see Judy as a regular judge. They saw her as one of the greatest famous people to have ever lived. Shows that wanted to get people's attention always talked about Judge Judy. Even the public loved the show so much. The show still wasn't winning any daytime Emmy awards. But even with this, Judy herself was winning awards and getting honors from many places. Judy got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, February 2006, and got put into broadcasting and cable's Hall of Fame in October 2012. The awards kept coming, and in April 2013, she won an award from the Vice Presidency of the UCD Law Society. But Judy wasn't happy. She wanted her show to win something. She got worried, but had to tell herself that the shows that won the award got canceled or ended. But even without winning, Judge Judy still got a large audience and didn't look like it would end soon. But that same 2013, something big happened. After 15 times being picked, Judge Judy finally won its first Emmy, and this opened up lists of awards for the show. It won the Emmys again in 2016 and 2017. Judy herself kept winning awards, and in 2014 she won Mary Pickford Award from Hollywood Chamber Community Foundation at the 2014 Heroes of Hollywood. But if you ask Judy, her biggest recognition could be the Guinness World Records she won on September 14, 2015 as the longest working judge or decider in Courtroom TV show history, and as having's longest running courtroom show. Besides the awards she won, Judge Judy was making a lot of money from the show. Her pay was so high that it made headlines. In early 2005, her salary was around $25 million per year. Because of this, her total money grew to $95 million. And she became the 13th woman on the Forbes list of the 20 richest women in entertainment. But her wealth wasn't liked by everybody. Some people felt it was unfair for her to make that much, and judges who were doing the day-to-day court work were making much less money. This wasn't the only criticism Judge Judy got, but more of those to come later. Even with her wealth, Judy was tired. But she enjoyed what she was doing and the control she had on the people watching. So, when the TV studio decided to raise her salary to $45 million per year, it made her enjoy what she was doing even more. But there was something about this raise, though. The people watching still loved the show, and they liked that Judy gave them the kind of thing they would love to see in the real court system. The people watching wanted people in court to get justice fast without the hard rules, time delays, getting in the way from lawyers or long appeals. Fans loved her smartness and called her a humanly detector because of her experience from decades in family court. To them, Judy was a real hero of justice who beat bad people with a final way of talking. But not everyone felt this way, while many like her early Judge Judy episodes for being fair and patient. Some fans believed Judge Judy wasn't as good a judge as many say she was. They have even asked if she could lose her law license. They said she wasn't interrupting people in court, deciding too early, or showing unfairness against certain types of people. According to the people who didn't like her, anytime Judy has to deal with people who are having trouble getting help from the government or make low money, Judy gets me and dismissive. But what many didn't know was Judge Judy had a problem. As the seasons went on, Judge got meaner and lost that Pachincheshi had 4 people in court, and it disappeared. The show made money for those involved, and because of this, Judy didn't take breaks as much as she should have. There was even no way that she could have taken a break. The show paid people in court to comb, and depending on different things like how much time the people in court spend on screen, they could get as much as $500, which was the highest amount, or as low as $100. Some people in court even got around $250. This Money comes after the show gave them Hollywood hotel rooms with all or almost all their costs paid for during filming. Even when Judge Judy gives out money penalties, the people who lose don't have veto pay. The show does that for them. So many people in court allegedly come in the show and make up fights so they can get paid. It's why people who don't like Judge Judy have said the show brings fake drama instead of real cases. As people in court kept coming in, Judy was not able to rest. And in 2010, she thought about stopping work. But she had a contract that was going to end in 2014. She mentioned quitting after her contract ended. But long before that time came, something terrible happened. On March 30th, 2011, Judy got on the set and everything seemed normal, except Thatch was really tired. Judy just went about her day like it was normal, but it wasn't. As they kept filming, the security guard called a case and Judy was listening to the people, but just as court hearing was going on, everything went black. Judy had fainted. Right away, she was rushed to the hospital. The doctors did tests on her and learned that she had suffered a mini stroke. Judy didn't quit. Instead, she made her contract longer and got a salary raise that same year and was said to be the highest paid TV star. Things were so great for her that in 2014, she even got a spin-off which called Hot Bench. She had an idea that this spin-off would put her in a hot mess. Judy kept delivering her way of justice, and in 2017, she signed another contract to keep going till 2021. That contract extension brought her before tax earnings to $147 million. And it brought in other problems, which we'll tell you soon. With that salary boost, Judy forgot all about stopping work and said the only way she was going to stop working was when the people watching stopped buying interested in her show. She still felt energetic and loved her work. Butch had an idea. But she didn't answer it yet and started to work on how to bring her idea to life. While working on that idea, Judy kept being Judge Judy. And in March 2020, she announced what many fans were scared to hear. While she was on the Ellen DeGeneres show, she announced that the series would end in its 25th season anniversary. But her last days on the show didn't have the kind of goodbye she would have wanted. In 2016, Rebel Entertainment Partners Incorporated and its president, Richard Lawrence, filed a lawsuit asking for millions of dollars against CBS television distribution. He and his company said CBS was trying to cheat him of the money they made from the show, especially when it was their former workers, Kay Switzerman. That brought Judy to CBS. Rebel said CBS paying Judy too much money was the reason CBS couldn't afford to pay them. They even said the show wasn't making as much money as CBS was trying to make it seem. Judy was caught in this whirlwind of court cases, and the woman who gave other people justice was accused of taking it unfairly from those who helped her. Judy and CBS were accused of not telling Rebel about other spin-off shows because they didn't want to share the profits with Rebel. After years, both as a tough lawyer and a tougher judge, Judy wasn't ready to be walked over. She defended herself from the accusations. She said Richard was being too greedy and not happy with getting over $17 million from her show. She even said he was being a selfish person who, after they met, before the show began, never called her or came to her for anything. She'd offended the amount CBS paid her and said it was because of the value she brought to them. Was she truly bringing that much value to CBS? The court agreed with her, and in 2018, it said that Judy was not overpaid and that she was a valuable thing to CBS. But Judy didn't go completely free. The court said she and CBS should have told Rebel about any spin-off shows. If you thought the drama was over, think again, 'cause just like the Judge Judy show, there were much more twists to come. Rebel Entertainment and Richard weren't happy with the court's decision. They went to appeal, but CBS tired of the court drama. They had been showing court dramas about other people for years, but wanted to be done with theirs quickly. So, in 2020, they went to Rebel Entertainment and gave them a deal. Rebel believed they had CBS WHERE, they wanted them, and pushed for another lawsuit. This time, they included Judy as someone they were suing. But she had no. She wasn't going to make any deal with Rebel, and also sued them back for $22 million. And said they were doing unfair business things. The battle was on. But Judy ran into a situation. The court asked her to also sue CBS back if she wanted to have a case. Judy was at a crossroads. She could either push for the money she wanted or be loyal. To CBS, she chose loyalty and lost their case. She didn't care. The California Court of Appeal agreed with lower court that CBS didn't break any contract with Rebel. The court said that CBS was paying Rebel the amount agreed in their contract in the way written in the contract. But it turned out that Judy herself was pushing for a raise in her contract every 3 years. So, she wanted more work again, though she felt overwhelmed at some point. Now, she could enjoy her victory, but it didn't last. There was another lawsuit she had to battle with, and this time, old friends became enemies. Kay Switzer and Sandy Spremen's trustee. Jay Robinson sued Judy, CBS Corporation, CBS Studios, and Big Ticket Television. They said that as former workers of Rebel Entertainment, they were owed money for finding Judy, they said, with outlet discovery, and then bringing her to CBS. There wouldn't be any Judge Judy. It wouldn't be the first time the two would file things like this, and Judy wasn't bothered. Sheckled the case background, noisy and it was. The court didn't find any good reason in it, and threw it out in 2021. Those were not the only lawsuits that Judy was involved in. In March 2013, Patrice Jones, the wife of Randy Duth, the executive producer of Judge Judy, sued Judy. She said Judy bought valuable knives and fine dishes she owned by working together with her husband. It was becoming a messy situation, and Judy gave back the knives to Randy Dowett. Wathen gave them back to his wife. Judy was still involved in a couple of more lawsuits. And another that stands out is the one in March 2014. So, a lawyer named John Heyman used Judge Judy's picture in a couple of ads. Apperson, who makes the show noticed and right away contacted the lawyer that using Judy's picture wasn't allowed. But that lawyer didn't listen and kept making more ads. Judy didn't like this, so she sued. She said Hammond, his law company, were using her picture in TV ads without her permission and giving the false idea that Judge Judy had personally said good things about the men's law business. Heyman, though, wasn't backing down. He also sued back and said Judy had said bad things about him and his company. According to him, local TV stations had asked him to take part in promos to help promote Judge Judy's show, and he simply went along. But no one was buying that, and seeing that he was going to lose. Heyman went to Judy for a deal. He gave Moneto her charity, and Judy stopped the lawsuit. Seems like Heyman forgot how tough Judy could be. It's her toughness that brought her to where she is now. After Judge Judy stopped showing, Judy wasn't a buto going to stopping work. What would she do with all that time? She had grandchildren who were older now, and instead of stopping work to spend time with them, she created something with them. Before Judge Judy ended, Judy had a plan. She wanted to create a new courtroom show, a spin-off from Judge Judy that would cross generations and be something the newer generations could relate to. She created Judy Justice. To do that, she needed the help of someone younger and decided to work with her granddaughter. But in trying to appeal to a newer audience, she decided not to do the new show with security guard Bird. She told Bird Thatch couldn't afford to pay his salary. This surprised Bird, who thought that being a longtime person on the show, Judy should have asked him first before making the decision for him. Bird was hurt. Butte accepted that it was time to move on. Except that fans said no. It wouldn't be the first time Judy would do something like this to Bird. She never once treated him like a friend and kept him far away when the show wasn't filming. Bird didn't mind this, but during the first Emmy Award the show won, he felt sad. He and Judy didn't even sit in the same row. He sat 20 rows behind her. And when it was time to give the award, Judy let another person give the award to her. Fans noticed this, and they weren't ready to let her get away with that kind of behavior again. When the new show Judy Justice started, and fans noticed it wasn't there. Favorite man acting as security guard, they criticized Judy for what she did. Then the real reason came out. Judy didn't let Bird join her on the new show because she wanted someone who could appeal to the newer generation. In doing that, she almost pushed away her main fans. Seeing she had made a mistake, Judy right away brought Bird back, but with a twist. She offered him the job of the security guard in another spin-off show, Tribunal Justice. So, where is Judge Judy now? She has become Judy Justice and is even bigger than before.